Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen, another daily transfer news stream. Today we're going to be talking about multiple different topics. We're going to be talking about Manchester United. We're going to be talking about transfer news in general. There is so much for us to address, so much for us to talk about today, right here, right now. Big up to every single person watching us right now. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I was just on Footy Judge Mo's channel, absolutely cooking LB. So big up to you guys. Big up to the 120 people in here already. We ain't even started yet. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to This is Football if you are yet to do so. Every single person watching us right now, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Today we're going to be talking about Michael Olise to Manchester United. We're going to be talking about Jadon Sancho leaving to Dortmund. We're going to be talking about Joshua Kimmich and why Manchester City are the super villain of the Premier League. And there's so much for us to address. Let me big up everyone in the chat. Big up Kenwin, big up Grand One, big up Estonian, big up to Sidi, big up to my guy Django. Who else am I bigging up? Big up to Edrin. Make sure you guys are listening to him and liking. Man like Luke Skywalker, all the way from the terrace. Big up to you. Big up to Nate. G'day, mate. Big up to Bilal. Big up Hala Wallah, Habibi. Big up to Choppy AU. Big up to Martin. Big up to Jason the Kid. I'm going to talk about it now in a second. Big up to my guy. Nilutpal says LB got cooked. Definitely. I definitely cooked him 100%. Big up to Xander Magnifico. Big up to Nate. Big up to Beep Beep. Big up to Stranger Things. Big up to Samir. Big up to Yuvraj. Big up to Mustafa. Big up to Sidi. Man like the Spankless. Big up to you guys. Big up to Becky as well. Big up to you guys. Listen, there's already 140 people in here. Big up as well to Kat Sunday. Everyone, please hit that like button. Everyone, please subscribe right here, right now to This is Football. And yes, let's just get the show started. Let's get the show on the road. We're already late because I was just, cooking on Mo's stream. But anyway, we're here. And I want to start with a topic that myself and LB and the City fans and the Liverpool fans will unite on. And that's Manchester United, no pun intended, Manchester United, unite on said topic. Because this is what I want to talk about now. And today, I saw this whole situation with Olise headed to Manchester United and all of this. And, sometimes it's good in life, guys, to warn people. So me, as a decent human being, I just want to sit up here and I want to send a message of warning to Michael Olise. Guys, you know how social media works now in 2023? Maybe somehow, some way, this video will travel to Michael Olise. Maybe he will watch Don Hussam from YouTube and change his mind. You never know. Crazier things have happened. Maybe Olise will watch this video later on in his life and go like, man, I should have listened to this Arab guy right here. You know what's mad? I'll be honest with you guys. The reason why I have in the title, Don't Do It, Michael, is I feel like now, after 10 years of Manchester United just being an absolute cesspit of talent and destroying players year in, year out, transfer window in, transfer window out, just destroying and ruining players, the last thing we need is a talent like Michael Olise to go to Manchester United and him literally killing his career again. This is just the ultimate reality. Over the last 10 years, countless world-class superstars or unbelievable players have signed for Manchester United only for their entire careers to be ruined. Angel Di Maria, career ruined at Manchester United. Radamel Falcao, career ruined at Manchester United. Rafael Varane, career ruined at Manchester United. Casemiro, career ruined at Manchester United. Shall I keep going or has the message been clear? Let me message the biggest career ruined at Manchester United. Paul Pogba. Had Paul Pogba went to Liverpool or to Manchester City or to a club or even Spurs, he would have been rated way higher right now. When it comes to Manchester United, Michael Olise absolutely, categorically, like, I don't even know what's more than absolutely, should not be making that move to Manchester United under any circumstances. And I mean any circumstances, because Manchester United have been the absolute cemetery of talent in the Premier League for any club, for any player that goes to that football club. And, when I look at the current situation at Manchester United, I look at this whole Olise situation. Yeah, tell him, Tyler. Yo, we're this close, man. We're literally like 30 subs away. And when it comes to Michael Olise, I think he's better off staying at Crystal Palace and waiting for a more serious club to come in for him than signing for Manchester United. I'm being honest, you guys, and I think even Manchester United fans who are fair and honest will agree with me, and they'll know I'm not doing agendas. Michael Olise would 100% ruin his career had he goes to Manchester United. Right now, the only way to fix Manchester United is for Jim Ratcliffe to do a series of decisions that changes that football club. If Jim Ratcliffe makes 5, 6, 7 decisions correctly that influence Manchester United in a positive direction, then it changes the dynamic at Manchester United. But as things stand, with Ten Hag, with the cesspit that is Manchester United currently, with the sewage that is Manchester United currently, Michael Olise would be making an absolutely disastrous move to go to Manchester United. And that's not me being biased. That's not me being hateful. That's not me speaking on a rival. That's just me being 100% honest about this whole situation. 100% honesty, no agendas, none of that. I'm just being real with it. I'm just being real. Michael Olise should stick around at Crystal Palace. And I think the super villains, aka Manchester City, will probably at a point in time go for Michael Olise because, Grealish maybe isn't up to the standard or they need a right winger or whatever. And then he will make a move to a much bigger club and a much better run club where he would not absolutely stink, So the problem is for Manchester United now is before they start signing players, they 100% need to fix the structure, they need to fix the system, they need to fix the managerial situation. I mean, when I look at Ten Hag, I've never seen a manager cost his team more points than Erik Ten Hag has done this season. Erik Ten Hag away at Nottingham Forest, you guys were there on the watch along. I fell asleep in that first half. That first half, we all fell asleep together. We all had a massive nap because that first half was dead. That first half was so boring, we could have fell asleep live on a YouTube stream. Erik Ten Hag then proceeds to take off Kobe Mainoo, the only defensive midfielder or the only midfielder with any sort of defensive presence in the team, and he brings on Scott McTominay. Therefore, having a midfield three of Eriksen, McTominay, and Bruno. A midfield three with no balance, zero tactical awareness, and there's a reason why they conceded both goals from the same exact angle by the same exact way. The cutback. The reason why the cutback works is because there's no DM, because it's just a donut hole. Because Eriksen ain't a DM, McTominay ain't a DM, and for sure Bruno Fernandes ain't a DM. So all three just do not work together. He removed the simple one guy that was keeping it together. That is not the manager that can take Michael Olise to the next level. I think players have probably regressed under Ten Hag. The players that are there currently. Bruno has regressed. I don't know who else. In terms of like the players that he signed, they all stink, to be honest with you. Onana 6 months ago was looked at as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Rashford has regressed massively this season. Antony stinks. And by the way, what's funny? The news came out a week ago that they were saying essentially that the club advised Erik Ten Hag to not pay more than 25 million for Antony. And he decides to pay 70, 80, 90 million, whatever it is, for Antony. And you look at Antony right now, and the club or the people that advise them are 100% right. He's maximum a 25 million pound player. That's just the ultimate fact with Antony. He's maximum a 25 million pound player. And the situation at Manchester United now is not cohesive for any superstar or any big player to come in and succeed, because the entire structure needs a change. Because currently, as things stand, the ownership situation is not 100% clear. The managerial situation is not 100% clear. Tomorrow, Ten Hag could be sacked and they could get in another guy. So with Michael Olise, I think he'd be making a massive career mistake by moving over to Manchester United, because that simply will just destroy his career, in my opinion. He's highly regarded, currently looked at as one of the better wingers in the league. And if he makes that move, then he is simply basically asking for trouble as things stand. And he will only have to look as far as Jadon Sancho, which I'm going to talk about now. You know, with Jadon Sancho, yeah, Al Ahwa, guys, is at 11 p.m. tonight. We're going to be doing team of the season as well. So get your super chats ready for that one right there. Jacob is going to be one massive headache on that Al Ahwa show. Now, when it comes to Jadon Sancho, and this is the topic I'm going to go to next. Before I do that, guys, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. As I said, please do hit that like button. Do subscribe. 205 of you in here. Minimum 100 likes. Please like the video right now. Please subscribe to This Is Football. Keep getting involved in the chat. Keep letting us know, you know, your opinions about everything I'm saying. As I was saying, you know, with this whole situation with Manchester United, Jadon Sancho. You know, with Jadon Sancho, he's the prime example of why a talent like Olise should not be going to Manchester United. Jadon Sancho, FYI, before he left Dortmund, was looked at as one of the most talented youngsters in world football. He was looked at as the next big thing. He was highly rated in Germany. His assists to Haaland, everything he done. And now he's going to be returning to Dortmund. The funny part is I actually read somewhere that apparently Dortmund are expecting Manchester United to still pay 1/3, 2/3 of his wages. So basically, if my maths is correct, Manchester United will be paying around or close to 200 grand a week for Jadon Sancho to play at Borussia Dortmund, which alone is such a crazy indicator of where that football club is right now. Now, I don't think Jadon Sancho is faultless or he isn't to blame. No, he is to blame, of course. He shouldn't have put himself into that in that position to begin with the manager, and of course with Ten Hag. The one thing that we have to be honest about is he didn't need to do all this extra shit, to be honest with you. You know, where he comes out publicly and he says like, you know, he's this and he's that, and then Jadon Sancho was gonna respond and blah blah blah. I actually agree with Flawless's opinion on this. Just because you're my manager does not mean I will not call you out if you do me dirty publicly. Jadon Sancho 100% had every right to respond to that message. And for me, Jadon Sancho currently, of course, like regarding his ego and stuff, is not simply just gonna, you know, delete his Instagram post or his social media post. Like, of course, he won't delete it, but the reality is Ten Hag should have been 100% more professional about it and just made up some BS excuse, man. Jadon Sancho is sick, he's ill, he's unavailable, he's vomiting. Just make up one of the BS excuses that any manager says defending any of his players publicly. That's just how it goes. So, you know, that's all that was required. But then they made it public, you know, kind of reality TV show style type stuff. And Jadon Sancho said something, and then Ten Hag says something, and then Jadon Sancho says something, and this is the position that you're in. So, yeah, at the end of the day, guys, when you look at Manchester United and the current situation that they're in, they only have themselves to blame. Massive for me, despite the structure being bad, despite you know, the people above Ten Hag, you know, kind of not being conducive to a successful football club. Ten Hag is still massively to blame because he's the one who made these transfer decisions. Who wanted Onana? Him. Who wanted Anthony? Him. Who wanted Mount? Him. All the players that they have bought, he actually wanted. And even the Turkish goalkeeper that they signed, Binder, I done my research, and Binder was actually a goalkeeper that Ten Hag wanted when he was at Ajax. So he's not really going outside the box at all. He's just going to what he knows, essentially. He's just going to exactly what he knows and exactly who he liked. Even Mason Mount, you know, Staffy told us the Vitesse story, where when he was playing for Vitesse in the Dutch league, apparently Ten Hag really liked Mason Mount, which tells you all you need to know regarding that whole situation, basically, because all that shows me is Ten Hag is just running a friends and family project where he just likes whoever he likes, and if he liked a player 5 years ago, he still likes him. So, yeah, like it's a crazy scenario. And currently with Jadon Sancho, in terms of Manchester United, the football club, obviously the smartest thing to do is to do loan him out, because if you do loan out Jadon Sancho, he plays well at Borussia Dortmund. You then increase his transfer value and you can sell him for more money in the summer, because currently, as things stand, you know, Jadon Sancho would probably be going for what, like 30 mil, 25 mil, and that's only based on kind of, you know, on kind of the how can I say, on kind of the reputation more of the player, not way less like what he's actually delivered on the football pitch. So yeah, they're kind of, if anyone wants to pay 30 million for Jadon Sancho now, it's 100% based on reputation. So the only smart thing for them to do is to send him to Dortmund on loan for 6 months. Hopefully that raises his transfer value. So that is one smart thing I will say. But in terms of Olise, should not go anywhere near that football club. And you know, big up to John Gray, that I actually, despite it's not a super chat, I want to address this. We should go for Olise, great sub rotation for Mo. Once again, I'll say the same thing that I said yesterday. Jurgen Klopp cannot call Michael Olise and go like, yo, we're going to bring you to Liverpool to play second fiddle to Mo Salah. So Michael Olise, you're going to come into Liverpool, you're going to play the first month when Mo's at AFCON, but as soon as Mo's back, you're going bench. That's kind of not how it works. That's kind of not how it works, John Gray. So like players like that will refuse to sit on the bench. They want to play. He wants to be part of the Euro squad. So yeah, that's basically what I say. But anyway, now enough of Manchester United. I want to move on to Manchester City. I want to move on to the villains of the Premier League, the super villains. Before I do that, guys, hit that like button. Subscribe to This Is Football right now. Guys, we ain't even on 100 likes yet. 250 of you in here. Let's get to 100 likes first. ASAP. Slap the like button. Subscribe to This Is Football. We're going to be talking about Joshua Kimmich to Manchester City. We're going to be talking about the super villains that is Manchester City currently, and why I can't stand that football club, because it's just disgusting at this point. So, yalla. Hit the like button and subscribe to This Is Football. Anyway, Manchester City. You know, the reason why Manchester City are the super villains of the Premier League is because it gets to the stage where you just have to sit back and go like, this is unfair. Manchester City have a little bit of a blip. And they decide to go sign the biggest talent to come out of Germany in the last 10 years. I look at Man City and I'm so sick and tired of that club. I'm so sick and tired of Manchester City. A midfield three of Rodri, Kimmich, and KDB is an absolute cheat code. With Bernardo Silva, with Phil Foden, with other decisions, it's just too much. It's essentially like Floyd Mayweather putting steel in his boxing gloves and wanting to punch people in the face. And I look at Manchester City, and the reason why in the summer, you know, people keep, oh, you're twerking for us. I'm not twerking. I'm talking about the institution, because a lot of you live in London. Some of you don't like, don't like Arsenal fans, etc. Me personally, I of course listen as you guys, of course. Arsenal fans are annoying. Arsenal fans are so annoying. We all agree on this. However, I'm not looking at the fans. I'm looking at the institution. I hate Manchester City, the football club. Couldn't care less about their fans or any of this. I can't stand that football club. If Manchester City sign Joshua Kimmich, this league title is over. It's over. It's over in January. There is no need for us to lie to ourselves. There's no need for us to sit up here and give false hope. There's no need for us to sit up here and lie to each other. If Joshua Kimmich goes to Manchester City, then we're done. We're all done out here. Liverpool fans give up. Arsenal fans give up. It's pointless. Joshua Kimmich is an absolute joker card. He can play right back and invert. He can play DM. He can play 8. He's the perfect Pep Guardiola player. Technically, probably the best player to come out of Germany since maybe Bastian Schweinsteiger. Like, that's just the ultimate reality with Joshua Kimmich. He's such a needle mover, and that's exactly why I wanted him in the summer. You know, there was a small link between us and Kimmich, and I was like, please get it done. I'd love for us to sign Joshua Kimmich. Now, Manchester City are looking a little bit vulnerable, a little bit under the cosh, you know, a little bit like, okay, we might not be possibly banging as much as last season type thing. And their response is to go and sign Joshua Kimmich. That is exactly why they're the supervillain. That is exactly why they're the supervillain. That's exactly why I cannot stand that football club. Liverpool and Arsenal are the superheroes. That's just a fact for me. The superheroes of this whole thing is Liverpool and Arsenal. And Liverpool are much bigger superheroes because Liverpool don't even spend money as much as Arsenal. Yet we're in this position. We literally had to do a whole midfield rebuild last summer. And now look at us with 4 new midfielders, all integrating into this team. A Japanese midfielder from Germany that no one even knew 6 months ago, players like that. And we sit up here and we handle our business. That's why Liverpool are the superhero of the Premier League, because we need to stop these bastards. It's just getting to the point where it's just so jarring. If you are an Everton fan, or you're a Manchester United fan, and you would rather Manchester City win the league over Liverpool, I understand. I get it. But if you're a Leicester fan, or you're a Villa fan, and you're like, blah, blah, you're like, oh, I would rather Man City win the league because Liverpool fans are annoying. You're just missing the point. It's not about the fan base. It's about the institution. If they sign Joshua Kimmich, this league title is over already. So might as well just give up this league title right here. And if Joshua Kimmich, you know, of course, if they sign Joshua Kimmich, then it's not just going to be Joshua Kimmich. It's going to be multiple players as well. Come the summer, and 2-3 players they're going to sign. We're going to be in a position where it's just like you're essentially competing against the super team. So basically, what Liverpool have to win a 38 game, Premier League season with basically 3 Ferraris and 10 Hondas, versus Manchester City have to win it with 10 McLarens. So that's the massive difference. Like it's just a completely different animal. And if they do get Joshua Kimmich with how technical he is, by the way, Joshua Kimmich already played under Pep Guardiola. So it's not like Joshua Kimmich does not know Pep Guardiola. He knows Pep Guardiola. He knows who Pep Guardiola is. Like he's worked under him. I believe he's the one who moved him from right back to midfield anyway. So he's already the guy that gave him that opportunity in midfield. In terms of Kimmich, that is. So you look at that situation with Pep Guardiola, with Manchester City, with Kimmich, and if they sign Kimmich, I'll be honest with you, this league title is over. This league title is over. This league title is done out here. There's no need for us to lie to ourselves, because now even if Rodri gets injured, hey, I got Kimmich in the 6. Like it's not fair. It's like Joshua Kimmich would walk into Liverpool tomorrow and be our best midfielder immediately. Our best midfielder on paper is Thiago. He's never fit. I think Kimmich is even better than Thiago. So that right there tells you all you need to know. So yeah, it's very unfortunate, like news like this, or even Paquetá, by the way, the same. You saw the pass that Paquetá played to Jared Bowen against Manchester United. That pass with the outside of the foot, you know, that's another player right there that really worries me if Manchester City sign. And it's funny because 2 years ago, after our quadruple charge season, when I said let's sign Paquetá, they all laughed at me, and now look, everyone's foaming over Paquetá. Will people come out and say, "Oh, Sam was right"? No, they won't. But anytime I get something wrong, they immediately attack. It's crazy. So yeah, I think with Manchester City, it's unfair. By the way, I think Manchester City are gonna win. I think Manchester City are winning the Champions League. The earliest prediction I made, the absolute earliest prediction I made, was Manchester City winning the Champions League, and I still stick by that. I think Manchester City are still gonna win the Champions League. I still stick. I don't think the only team that can stop them, in my opinion, is Real Madrid. Other than that, it is what it is. Like I just don't think anyone else can stop them. Now, if they do sign Joshua Kimmich, then they're gonna do back-to-back trebles. It's gonna be FA Cup, Premier League, and Champions League in back-to-back years, which would just put them on some next level shit. And that's the problem with Manchester City. So, you know, it's very unfortunate, because a player like Joshua Kimmich would genuinely be our best midfielder the moment he walks through the door if we signed him. And that's the player that Manchester City are signing because they have a little bit of a blip, which tells me all I need to know about that football. That's why I can't stand them. That's why I prefer Arsenal to win over them, because it's about the institution of the fans for me. Couldn't care less about the fans. Anyway, now I want to move on to the people who will be competing against Manchester City. And that is, of course, Liverpool and Arsenal, which I want to discuss now in a second. Before we do that, guys, 250 people in here. Make sure you're liking, make sure you're subscribing. We're going to be talking Liverpool Football Club, lack of ambition, and all of that good stuff. First, I want to just touch slightly on Ivan Toney to Arsenal, because I feel like, that's another club that I just will call out now. I'm talking about City being the super villain and all of that. It's not even a super villain thing, without the other kind of the heroes just making stupid moves. Today, Thomas Frank comes out and says essentially that Ivan Toney is staying at Brentford. Now, we all know how managers move. We all know, obviously, Ivan Toney is not going to come out publicly and go like, oh my God, we're going to sell Ivan Toney. Can't wait to get rid of him. Obviously, he's not going to say that. Now, the problem is with Arsenal Football Club is I don't think they can win anything significant this season without signing a forward-thinking player this January. I do not think Arsenal will win anything significant at all without signing a forward-thinking player this January, because I think that right there is going to be a massive test, a massive litmus test for them. And you look at the transfer market and the transfer window and the position they put themselves in, they desperately need a forward, because they kind of have the similar problems to us with our forward line. The only difference is Salah's clear of Saka, so we have someone who's responsible for 51% of the goals in Mo Salah, because he's that much like he's obviously the best forward, I think, in the Premier League, in my opinion. You could even argue the world, but you look at Arsenal. Gabriel Martinelli has 2 goals. I believe Jesus has 3 goals or 2 goals as well. I think Edin Ketia has 5 goals. Saka, I think, has 6 goals or 7 goals. And Trossard as well doesn't really have that many goals this season. Now, I look at the stuff that's coming out of Arsenal, with the news being that they're prioritizing a midfielder, or they're prioritizing a centre back or a left back, or they're prioritizing whatever, like other positions. I think Arsenal have signed a death wish if they don't prioritize the correct position, because Arsenal crystal clearly need a forward. If Arsenal do not sign a forward, I think Arsenal can kiss the Premier League title goodbye. And as I was saying earlier on, we were speaking about City being the super villains. You look at Arsenal and Liverpool, and if Arsenal and Liverpool don't sign players in January, then you're just going to let the villain win. And I think for us, we're in similar position as well with the signing. We're going to speak about this now in a second. But with Arsenal, even if Ivan Toney doesn't work out, let's say Brentford refused to sell Ivan Toney. Let's say you're calling Ivan Toney and Brentford is refusing to sell him. I would be, if I'm Mikel Arteta, I would be looking at a forward who can put the ball in the back of the net and can help me get 15 goals this Premier League season. Now, I don't necessarily think, even when you look at their targets, like they're looking at Curtis Jones, apparently, they're looking at whoever midfielders or whatever. And people, I get people's arguments. People have made solid arguments about how much they miss Granit Xhaka and how they need an 8 and all of that. But they literally need a forward. And it's so obvious to see. The game against Fulham, and speaking of watch-alongs, we done a watch-along for that game. You guys were there. Fulham created the much more dangerous chances than Arsenal, which is worrying if you're an Arsenal fan. Fulham had the Jimenez chance. They had the Pereira free kick that hit the bar. Cordova Reed had a couple of moments. I think even Palhinha, I swear, had a chance. Everyone had chances against Arsenal, and Fulham had a lot more dangerous opportunities than Arsenal did. And that's a massive indicator of like, okay, there's a crystal clear problem here. Now, I think had Arsenal had Ivan Toney from the start of the season, they would already have been in a much better position. 100% they would be in a much better position, just because of Ivan Toney's goal scoring and his ability to put the ball in the back of the net. Now, I look at Arsenal Football Club, and even if they are looking at a Curtis Jones or they are looking at any midfielders or whatever, all it proves to me is they're not looking at the positions that they need to look at, which is the forward line. Because if Martinelli, Saka, Jesus, Nketiah, whoever, Trossard are not scoring goals, you can have all the control you want in the world. If you cannot put the ball in the back of the net, it means nothing. It means nothing. You need a team that can put the ball in the back of the net. And I think that's something that Arsenal severely lack. And speaking of lacking something, time to talk about my club, Liverpool Football Club. Oh my God, you guys, man. It's just, I have no words. Like, it's just... You know how sometimes we mock Arsenal and we go like, a leopard never changes its spots. You know, for us, what's the leopard that never changes its spots? The transfer window. That's our leopard that never changes the spot. Before I get to that topic, make sure you guys are liking, make sure you guys are subscribing. Big up all the people who have sent in super chats. Big up to all my lovely people as well who have always shown me the love and support. All the super chatters always get a shout out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know, big up to all my lovely people in the chat. You know, I look at Liverpool Football Club, and when it comes to a leopard not changing its spots for Arsenal bottling it or Spurs bottling it or whatever we use for other clubs, you look at Liverpool and it's like every transfer window, and I think Aaron mentioned it yesterday because I said it before, we love these 75% transfer windows. We love ourselves a transfer window in which we do 75% of the work, and then we leave the 15% of the work, you know, not done. And then we all do the, oh, we tried speech in May. Now, as things stand, Liverpool are in a title race. Liverpool will be in a title race. Liverpool will compete for the Premier League, but I want us to win. The only way Liverpool win the Premier League title without signing a player is if we have little to no injuries. Our forward line starts to bang, other than Mo. I'm talking about Gakpo, Diaz, Luis Diaz, that is Jota, Nunez, if they start scoring goals. And we have little to no injuries, and players maintain this form. Now, is that realistic for us to think? No, that's not realistic. Of course, it's not realistic. The reason why it's not realistic is, in football, injuries exist. Injuries will happen. Now, my issue is us as fans, sometimes we like to trick ourselves into a false feeling of safety, even though we know we're lying to each other. Ibrahim Konate is an injury waiting to happen. When watching Liverpool Football Club, if Konate falls down for longer than 5 seconds, we all shit ourselves. The reason why we all get scared is if Ibrahim Konate is on the ground for longer than 5 seconds is because he has an injury track record of previously being injured time and time again. And that's a problem with Liverpool Football Club. You look at the centre-back situation. Joel Matip is out till the end of the season. So that right there is a centre-back already out till the end of the season. Joe Gomez is injury-prone. Konate is injury-prone. Kwanzaa is a good player, but is he a title-winning centre-back? No, he isn't. And now, it brings us back to what we done 2020, 2021. You know, because the lockdown season where Liverpool were defending Premier League champions, people always will come back and say, oh, Liverpool were one of the worst champions of all time. Liverpool were one of the best, worst, defense, title defenses, blah, blah, blah. In January, Liverpool were top of the league. Liverpool were ahead of City, were ahead of everyone. Liverpool then, after getting so many injuries in the centre-back position, decided to go buy Ozan Kabak and Ben Davies to win an English Premier League. Now, if that is not a massive middle finger to Jurgen Klopp and that whole year, tells you all you need to know. Tells you all you need to know. Imagine you're trying to win a Premier League title with Mane, with Firmino, with Salah, with Henderson not being stinky, with Fabinho, with Thiago, with Wijnaldum. And your logic is, let me go sign Ozan Kabak and Ben Davies. And now I ask myself, why are we the leopard that doesn't change its spots in the transfer market? People always say the same dumbass statement they always say. A league title is not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed in life. But I would rather put myself in the best position to win a Premier League title. Now, with me knowing Konate and Van Dijk are not going to be able to play every single game in every single competition, obviously, I need a centre-back. What are Liverpool doing? Recalling back Reece Williams. Now, whatever it is, FSG, whether it be FSG, whether it be club stubbornness, no matter what it would be, it's getting to the stage where it's just sickening at this point. I think Liverpool will win the Carabao Cup. I think we're in a very good position to win the Europa League. Now, if Liverpool go ahead this Sunday and beat Arsenal, and we go through to the next round of the FA Cup, Nilot Pal, big up to him earlier on, he messaged me, this round actually has replays in it. So if we do draw, there is a replay. So that's fantastic news, isn't it? So you look at our history in the January transfer window. Luis Diaz, quadruple charge season. We were 14 points behind. He helps move Mane down the middle, and he cooks those first 6 months for Liverpool Football Club. Virgil van Dijk comes in, helps get us to a Champions League final. Luis Suarez, need I say more? This is just perfect examples of our January transfer signings. Now, if Joel Matip is out till the end of the season, what is the point of us waiting until June to sign a centre-back? Genuinely, what is the actual point? Big up to Ghostface as well. He mentioned Sturridge and Coutinho. Great examples as well. If Joel Matip is injured anyway, and we won't see him until the summer, what is the point of us waiting until June to sign a centre-back? Might as well get him in now. And my logic is as follows. If I sign a centre-back now, there are zero negatives to me signing a centre-back now. Liverpool Football Club signing a centre-back now only has positives to it, because that centre-back will have 6 months extra to get used to the club system, to get used to the Premier League, to get used to the Europa League, to get used to the Carabao Cup. The FA Cup is going to get used to the team, to the weather, to everything. It helps if he has 6 months before the season even ends to get used to it. Now, I think myself and all the Liverpool fans who want to win the Premier League are all sick and tired of the prototypical stupid argument of waiting on the right player. Right players are up for sale in January. Inacio is literally right there. Inacio has a release clause. There is nothing to negotiate. There is nothing for us to talk about. There is no BS. Inacio has a release clause. Why are we lying to each other? Inacio is right there, has a release clause. He's sitting there going like, buy me, please. We could have bought him anyway 4 months ago when I was screaming, let's sign Inacio 6 months ago. People didn't listen. People call me negative. Now people want Inacio. So, release clause. Nothing to negotiate. Hello, Inacio, come to Liverpool. Okay, let's go. Inacio, Todibo, Hincape. I could go on and on and on with names of centre-back. Now, you look at the centre-back market, and it's not like there's a lack of talent for centre-backs. There's massive centre-backs in the markets that are available. And the reason why people can't use there is no money argument is because literally 6 months ago, we put a £110 million bid for Caicedo. So you cannot come up here and tell me money doesn't exist. But the problem is with me, is with the other side. The other side of the fan base will always argue the same prototypical bullshit crap. Same shit over and over again. You can't guarantee a league title. We have to wait for the right player. As you can see, the signs are there. Manchester City are obviously not as good as they were last season. Arsenal are obviously not as good as they were last season. The Premier League title is looking us in the face right now and saying, win me, Liverpool. This is the Premier League title right here. It's saying, win me. It's asking you, do you want to win me? If you want to win me, all you have to do is put yourself in the best position possible to win. Now, anyone who's saying we're waiting on the right signing, or sometimes in January it's not good, or blah blah blah, you know why you're all full of shit? Because come May time, you will all give me the sad speech that you always give me. It's the same sad speech. We're coming up against a state-owned club, and we can't win the English Premier League, and it's so difficult because our squad doesn't cost 1 billion. But hey, look, we just wasted another year of Mo, and we just wasted another year of Van Dijk, we just wasted another year of Allison, we just wasted another year of Trent, and let's all sit up here and cry. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, guys, Konate got injured. I'm so shocked. Oh, Konate, who could have thought Konate was going to get injured other than his injury record? He's been injured almost every season. Who'd have thought that Gomez has a possibility of getting injured? We currently don't even have an active left back. All that doesn't matter. All of that doesn't matter because we are sick and tired of you. We have heard this argument time and time and time and time again. 100 times. 100 times we've heard this argument. And all I'm telling you is there is no need for you to waste our time and give us the sad speech come May time. We want to win. We want to win now. I want to win now. I want to succeed now. I'm not waiting. I'm not trying to wait. Because I can't guarantee Mo Salah is on 25 GA, 20 games into the season, come January time next year. I can't guarantee that. I can't guarantee that Virgil van Dijk is still the same level. I can't guarantee that Trent is banging like he is this season, best right back in the world. I can't guarantee many things. I can't guarantee that maybe I don't have a midfield injury crisis. I can't guarantee any. I can't guarantee Endo even replicates 1/5 of what he's done this season. There is a Premier League title to be won. Yet Liverpool continue to not change its spots and do the same stuff over and over and over and over again. And show massive signs of no ambition whatsoever. Fenway Sports Group's ambition is to finish in the top 4. If all 260 of us were in a room with John W. Henry and we gave him a secret contract that no one finds about, you're going to get Champions League for the next 10 years, John. He's taking that contract and he's signing that paper ASAP, which shows me his ambition is to not win the league. His ambition is to not win the Champions League or win the trophies. His ambition is top 4. And Jurgen Klopp will already get him top 4 with this team. And in the words of LFCR, and I'm going to steal this statement, if you want a guarantee, buy a washing machine. There are no guarantees in football, but in football, I can put myself in the best possible position. We can to win an English Premier League title. Let's say we buy a centre back and he's only average. He's only okay. He's not even amazing. Worst case scenario, I play him in the Europa League. I play him in the Carabao Cup. I play him in the FA Cup. Guys, let me give you the rundown again. There are 18 Premier League games left. A minimum of 3 Carabao Cup games. That's 21. We are in the round of 16 in the Europa League. Round of 16. Round of 8. Round of 4. Multiplied by 2. That is 6 games. Plus the final, if we get there, that's 7 games. That's all around 30 games of football still remaining to be played. Those 30 games of football cannot be played all by Konate and Virgil, all of them by Endo and McAllister, all of them by Salah and Jota. You need depth. You need players to come in and to deliver. Now, if I had Inacio, he's played for Sporting. He's already been in the Europa League. That's a player who can play in that competition. Inacio, I'm going to need you to play left back against Burnley at home. Inacio done that. No problem. Inacio done that. So this is why when I look at Liverpool and the lack of ambition, it's sickening. Because I think Josh Kroenke and the Kroenkes for Arsenal have a lot more ambition than FSG do. Arteta has spent 700 million. I don't even think Klopp has spent 700 million, maybe in his whole time here. That's the crazy part. So, yeah, ambition is important and we want to win and we want to succeed. And the only way we win and we succeed is by showing ambition, is by actually wanting to win. Step one of winning is wanting to win. So yeah. Anyway, guys, oh shit, someone just sent in a super chat. Big up to Tyler Jones. W's in the chat for Tyler Jones right now. Everyone spam W's in the chat for Tyler Jones for this massive super chat. Tyler, I am so humbled by your support. I could write a whole love speech about you, you know, but I'm a straight man. But honestly, thank you to all of you guys. By the way, guys, did you see how my energy never changed, even though there was no super chats or anything? You know why? Because I am someone who wants to give you the best possible content on this whole planet. I will try my best to give you so much good content that you don't even know what to choose from to watch on my channel. That's how much I'm putting so much hard work, so much effort into it. I'm looking at a new setup. AFCON watch-alongs, inshallah. Asian Cup watch-alongs, inshallah. Euro watch-alongs, inshallah. Copa America watch-alongs, inshallah. We're going to be doing Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, transfer news from now to the end of January. I've got so much planned, you guys. Honestly, I'm so humbled by people like Tyler, by people like Aaron, by people like Sidi, by people like Nate, by people in this chat, Ed as well yesterday. All the people who have sent in super chats. I love you all, honestly. And this is why I will always say special shout out to the super chatters, the people who sent in a super chat. You know why? Because they spent their hard-earned money to support us on this channel. Make no mistake, Tyler Jones, of course, could have spent that $80 on something else, but he wants to support This Is Football. He's behind, you know, he's behind the idea of This Is Football. And we're also, as he said earlier on, we're literally this close to 25K. And when we get to 25K, we're going to be doing the Q&A. And for the first time, I'll be doing a sit-down tell-all where I say so much stuff that you have heard for the first time in your life about the YouTube experience, about everything. So when I get to 25K, I'm going to be revealing inside secrets about this whole YouTube thing. Big up Tyler Jones, who says, I'll just chill in the back. It's summer out here now already. My holiday really never ever stopped since September. Hey, Tyler. First of all, thank you for the super chat. W's for him. Everyone's spamming W's for you. You already know, Tyler. Second of all, Habibi. Wait, what? It's summer in Australia? It ain't no summer in Australia. Don't lie. Let me check. Summer in Australia falls between February and December. Look. Me blood clot. Oh my days. Look at this. Summer in Australia falls between December. Yo. He's low-key in January, as I'm sat here with a jacket, freezing my balls off. He's just chilling on the beaches. Hey, Tyler, I'm very envious, man. I actually miss the sun. I miss the weather. Honestly, I did not know this. This is the first time I've known this. I swear it was South Africa where the South Africa was where the summer was in January. Was it not South Africa where the summer was in January? You cannot make. I'm not even lying, right? When's summer in South Africa? Another Google. I will Google right now. When's summer in South Africa? Yo, hold that. I was right. Summer in South Africa is December to March. So it's also summer over there. Wait, is it summer in the whole southern hemisphere? Oh, I've just embarrassed myself. Oh my days. Big up Tyler Jones. Thank you for the super chat. We're gonna rapidly move on from that super chat right there. Thank you, Habibi. Big up to Nate, who says, just because we love you, Sam, and this is football. Big up to Nate. W's on the chat for Nate as well. Right now. W's on the chat for Nate. Listen, rapidly moving on, Michael. Don't talk about it in the chat, Michael. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Michael Talks Football. Big up my guy, Nate. Singapore's finest. Incredible guy. Of course, Liverpool fan. Just because we love you, Hussam. I love you all too. Honestly, you guys could go back to the first 40 minutes of this content. My energy never changed. I'm here for you guys. I want to give you the best possible content. And I genuinely just love you all. This community, I would not trade it for the world. I would not trade it for the world. This is the thing. And I genuinely actually enjoy doing this so much because you guys always put us in a position. This chat survived the first 45 minutes against Nottingham Forest, Manchester United. I don't think there is anything else we cannot survive. After that first 45 minutes where we almost all fell asleep, I think survival mode is top notch in this community, because we would just talk about the relationships and the weather. Maybe I need to learn about the equators as well. Maybe Michael is onto something. Toka's asking, is there any evening? Of course, Thursday, 11 p.m. El Ahwa, team of the season. Let's go. Jacob is going to be so annoying, guys. Honestly, super chatters, just wait till the El Ahwa. Just wait till the El Ahwa, you guys. Because that guy, that Jacob guy, I'm warning you right now, he's going to argue Vicario. He's going to argue Pedro Porro. He's going to argue Romero. He's going to argue Udogi. He's going to argue Bissouma. He's going to argue Madison and Son. He's going to argue 7 Spurs players. They're fifth. He's going to argue 7 Spurs players. So today, team of the season at 11 p.m. UK time. Stick around, the El Ahwa crew. Big up to my guy, Don Carlito, who says, super chatting for the tell-all, need the tea. Oh, you best believe. Oh, you best believe. When I get to 25K, oh, I'm going to be talking about so much. You just listen. Get me to 25K and wait for the notification bell to hit. And it says Q&A. This is football. All I got to say. And the rest is history, habibi. Big up to you. Man like Carlito. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Big up to you. That's the same spit Hamza does every stream. What really would blow your mind is in my state specifically, you can travel around and it's summer weather all year round. Real cheap. There's no way it's summer all the year. Oh, this guy just exposed. Second. Where in Australia is it always summer? North. Queensland and Darwin. Queensland or Darwin? That's where he's from. Queensland or Darwin? Hold that. Hold that, Tyler Jones. Hold that. It's just because you just expose yourself. Either Queensland or Darwin, or in the north. Sorry, but that sounds really nice. I'll be honest with you. Having the sun also like 12 months of the year is also not that much fun fully, because you need sometimes also like spring weather. Spring weather is the best weather. That's what I would say. Usually, my favorite time of the year in Jordan is like from March, April, May, June. Like these 4 months, it's very nice weather during the day. We go out, we barbecue, and then July and August hit, and it's like, and it's just dripping sweat from all the hotness. Not my hotness, like as in the weather. Big up to Ed, who says, big up Hussam, here to support. Big up to you, Edrin. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I know you used to watch me as well. By the way, Ed, many people don't know this. Ed has been watching me for a long time. I remember seeing Ed super chat me on my FSG Out rant videos like 2 years ago, bro. It's been such a while, man. It's been such a while, man. I hope I don't have to do them again January 31, Ed, but thank you. Big up to Michael, who says, oh, it's minus 30 here. Yeah, but Michael, you're in Finland. Like, this is what you signed up for, habibi. This guy is Finnish. Okay? Not Finnish like as in a bad way. He's Finnish as in from Finland. This is what you signed up for, Michael. Just permanently move elsewhere then. Pack your bags and take your ass to Bali or some shit then, Michael. You fraud. You fraud. You're finished. This is what you just signed up for. Like, this ain't our fault. This ain't our fault, Michael. It's minus 30. If it was minus 30 here, I don't even know how we'd survive, because our houses ain't even built for minus 30. Like, that's all I'm going to say. Pick up my guy, Amir, who says, super chatting for 25K. www. Just wait till we hit 25K, inshallah, soon. We're approaching 25K. And by the way, we're exactly 50 subscribers away from 25K. So we're literally this much away. So make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, sharing the video everywhere. You know, make sure you guys get this channel, you know, to your friends. Tell your friends about this channel. Help get us to 25K ASAP, because as soon as we get there, the Q&A drops. And you know, people who have been here in previous Q&As will tell you how fun Q&As are. Like, we just be talking about life for an hour and a half, like, and I'm just gonna talk about my whole YouTube journey, you know, people, maybe a couple of beefs, stuff like that. That's all I'm gonna say. Big up Amir, W for Amir, W for Ed, W for Michael, W for Nate, W for Carlito, W for Tyler, W to all the incredible people in this chat right now. W is for you. I will actually type W's in the chat right now for you, the viewers, for this community that I would not trade for the world. I genuinely love you all, man. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, sharing the videos everywhere as well. And make sure to come back at 11 p.m. because we're making team of the season. And the people who saved their super chats, be smart. Tonight at 11, I want us to rattle the shit out of Jacob. No Spurs player can be in this team. Any Spurs player voted in, we have to super chat him out. I'm telling you right now, secret plan. Just telling you right now, secret plan. Mo, I'm looking at you. Tyler, all the people who can super chat. Guys, Nate as well, listen. Do not allow that Spurs fraud to get a single player in there. We have to get them all out. We have to get them all out of that bloody team. Simple. Big up Hamza Street says, big up Hussam, following mailboxes 17K. I ain't done a mailbox yet, you know, but big up to you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat, Hamza Street. I miss Hamza's Piano. Can you change your name to Hamza's Piano, please? No, 100%, by the way. This guy, I'm telling you right now, in his mind, he wants to get 7 players in there, DJ. They're fifth. They're fifth. Anyway. I love you all. No, Danny, no. Don't ruin a good show, Danny. You Spurs fraud. Unboxing, imagine. Yalla. Oh, nasi lemak is cold. It's unbelievable. Mwah. Malay food, nothing tops it. When you go to Malaysia next, order something called bihun goreng. You're going to thank me for the rest of your life. Anyway, love you all. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. See you guys back at 11 p.m. inshallah. Peace.